Today, our video is all about mastering Linux Mint, the user-friendly Linux distribution perfect for beginners and experts alike. First, head over to the Linux Mint website at linuxmint.com. On the homepage, you'll find the download button. Linux Mint offers several editions, with the most popular ones being Cinnamon, Mate, and XFCE. Cinnamon is the flagship edition, offering a modern, sleek interface that closely resembles traditional desktop environments like Windows. Mate, on the other hand, is a lighter version with a classic desktop feel, and XFCE is an ultra-lightweight version of Linux Mint for older hardware or those who prefer minimalism. Once you've decided on which edition of Linux Mint you want to download, click the download button and you'll be taken to a page where you can choose the version you want based on your system's architecture. Most modern computers use the 64-bit version, so unless you have an older machine, that's probably the one you'll want to go with. After downloading the ISO file, the next step is to create a bootable USB drive to install Linux Mint on your system. To create a bootable USB drive, you can use a tool like Rufus on Windows or Etcher on Linux or Mac OS. Simply plug in your USB drive, open your chosen tool, select the Linux Mint ISO you downloaded, and follow the instructions to create a bootable USB. This process usually only takes a few minutes, depending on the speed of your USB drive and the size of the ISO. Once the bootable USB is ready, restart your computer and boot from the USB drive. Most computers will prompt you to press a key, like F12 or ES key, during startup to select the boot device. Choose your USB drive, and after a few seconds, you'll be greeted by the Linux Mint boot menu. From here, you can choose to try Linux Mint or install Linux Mint. If you choose to try it, Linux Mint will load into a live session, which allows you to experience the OS without making any permanent changes to your system. You can test out the interface, try out the applications, and see how everything works before committing to the installation. Once you're ready to install Linux Mint, just double-click on the Install Linux Mint icon on the desktop and the installation wizard will launch. The installation process is pretty straightforward. The first step will ask you to choose your language and time zone. After that, you'll be asked to select a keyboard layout and whether you want to install third-party software, such as media codecs and graphics drivers. It's recommended to select the third-party software option so that you can use everything Linux Mint has to offer without missing out on important functionality. Next, you'll be prompted to choose the installation type. If you're installing Linux Mint on a fresh system, you can choose the Erase Disk and Install Linux Mint option. This will wipe the entire disk and install Linux Mint as the only operating system on your machine. If you already have another operating system installed, like Windows, you can choose to install Linux Mint alongside it, creating a dual boot system. This way, you can choose which operating system to use when you boot up your computer. Once you've made your selection, the installer will show you a summary of your choices and ask you to confirm. After you click Install Now, the installation will begin. It may take anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour, depending on your system's speed and the options you selected. While Linux Mint installs, you can relax, as the process is mostly automated. When the installation is complete, the system will prompt you to restart your computer. Remove the USB drive, and your computer will boot into Linux Mint for the first time. The first boot will take a little longer than usual, as the system is finalizing its installation, but after that, everything will load quickly. Once you're logged in, you'll be presented with the Cinnamon desktop environment, or whichever version you selected. The first thing you'll notice is how sleek and user-friendly the interface is. Linux Mint features a taskbar at the bottom of the screen, with the application menu in the bottom left corner. This menu gives you access to all the applications installed on your system, as well as the ability to search for specific apps or files. One of the best things about Linux Mint is how customizable it is. If you're coming from Windows, the interface will feel very familiar, but you can also make it your own. You can change the themes, icons, and desktop background, making the desktop environment exactly how you want it. To change the themes, simply right-click on the desktop, select Change Desktop Background, and choose from a variety of pre-installed options, or you can download additional themes and wallpapers from the Linux Mint website. Next, let's explore the Software Manager. This is where you can install and manage all the applications you need for your daily tasks. From productivity tools to games, Linux Mint offers a wide range of software that can be easily installed with just a few clicks. To access the Software Manager, click on the menu in the bottom left corner, search for Software Manager, and launch it. You can browse through categories like Office, Internet, Multimedia, and Games, or use the search bar to find specific applications. Linux Mint also comes with Snap and Flatpak support, which allows you to install additional apps from other sources outside of the Software Manager. If you want to install apps from the Snap Store or FlatHub, just search for the app in the Software Manager, and it will give you the option to install it from one of these formats. Another important tool is the Update Manager. Keeping your system up to date is crucial for security and performance. The Update Manager checks for updates to your system's software and allows you to install them with a single click. By default, Linux Mint will notify you when updates are available, but you can always check for updates manually by opening the Update Manager and clicking Refresh. You'll be able to see a list of available updates, including security patches, bug fixes, and system updates. To install them, just click Install Updates, and your system will take care of the rest. Let's also take a look at System Settings. The System Settings app allows you to tweak various aspects of your Linux Mint installation, such as keyboard layout, mouse behavior, display settings, and power management. You can access System Settings by clicking on the menu and searching for it, or by clicking the System Settings icon from the panel. There, you can adjust the resolution of your display, change the default behavior for your mouse, or configure workspaces to organize your desktop into multiple virtual screens. You can even add custom shortcuts for your most used apps, making it easier to launch them quickly. If you want more control over the performance and behavior of your system, you can also access the terminal. The terminal is a command line interface that allows you to interact with Linux directly by typing in commands. While it may seem intimidating at first, the terminal is a powerful tool for advanced users. You can use it to install software, manage files, and perform various system tasks. Don't worry though, Linux Mint comes with plenty of online documentation and forums to help you get started with the terminal if you're new to it. As you get comfortable with Linux Mint, you'll find that it's extremely versatile and offers a lot of power under the hood. Whether you want to code, design, play games, or simply browse the web, Linux Mint has all the tools you need. With its easy-to-use interface, powerful applications, and customizable features, you'll be able to tailor your system exactly how you want it. When it comes to gaming, Linux Mint offers plenty of options too. You can install games from Steam, GOG, or Lutris, which makes it easy to play your favorite titles on Linux. While Linux might not have the same game selection as Windows, it has grown rapidly in recent years, and many major titles now have Linux support. With Wine and Proton, you can even run Windows games on Linux, allowing you to enjoy a wider variety of games without needing a Windows machine. For those of you who need to work with media, Linux Mint comes pre-installed with a great selection of multimedia tools. You'll find VLC Media Player for video playback, Audacity for audio editing, and GIMP for image manipulation, just to name a few. These tools offer robust functionality, and since they're open source, they are free to use and highly customizable. One of the most important features of Linux Mint is its security. By default, Linux Mint is designed to be very secure, with regular security updates and support for various encryption tools. For added security, you can also enable full disk encryption during the installation process, which will protect your data in case your laptop or desktop is lost or stolen. I hope you liked the video. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tutorials.